Hey, I'm Doug, and this is Doug Deals. This is where we sell all kinds of junk. You can see all kinds of crazy stuff in here. We started in 1997, and since then we've pivoted from rugs and other items to all this kind of stuff here. Motors, board conveyors, restaurant equipment, you name it. We started out in 1,100 square feet, then we went to 3,500 square feet, then 10,000, 16,000, and then we eventually bought this building, which is 90,000 square feet. Okay, so this is where everything is inventoried. Stuff comes in, it gets disseminated to each different lister depending on what their capabilities are. Then it gets inventoried and put up online. So in here, this starts where a lot of the inventory is. And you can see all of this equipment up here has been inventoried. It's just, you know, when it sells, it'll get pulled down. These conveyors, we just need to go through and get them listed. So this is the small-eyed listed room. Everything here is inventoried and has a location. You can see how everything's got a tag on the shelf to show where it is. So when the guys come in, they'll scan the item, scan the shelf, put it into the system. You know, we have 15,000 items on eBay. These are just like semiconductor plugs for gas lines. Lots and lots of breakers, lots of pumps, and here's casters. You know, you need a caster. We have sets of casters. So this is sort of our high dollar room. It's air conditioned. We have different things in here that are kind of nicer. These are power supplies, hard drives, more power supplies. There's some lab equipment in here. This is auto sampler. This area over here is mainly our microscope repair area. And we have one guy that I've known forever, and he just sort of taught himself how to repair these microscopes. We get a lot of electrical stuff in here, and we have electrician friends that come and grab stuff when they need it, but if somebody needs any commercial electrical, we have like every kind of fitting imaginable, from, you know, pre-wired up plugs to new in the box plugs, breakers, you name it. More stuff here, boxes here, more fittings. If you need anything, we've got it. This room we call Concordia, and the only reason we do that is because we leased out to Concordia University for approximately a year when they were rebuilding the college. They had left all this furniture in here thinking that they were going to reuse the furniture, which is normally something that never happens. People store stuff all the time, and then when it gets down to the time to use it, they don't want it anymore because it's not cool anymore. The biggest problem here, so if you want to know, the biggest problem is that we get so much stuff that's worth 25 to 50 bucks that we end up with pallets and pallets and pallets of stuff that's, you know, not worth messing with at this point. If people are interested, you know, they can come out here, go through this stuff and say, hey, I want this, and we'll make them a deal on it. A lot of people want to get rid of stuff that could be fixed, but it's hard to keep people from throwing things away. Somebody could probably make $1 million a year out of the trash we throw away because we aren't efficient enough to deal with it. So we have a machining center, and we have a CNC router. So we're trying to save material so that if we have jobs that come up that people want something, we don't have to buy new material. Here's tons more T-slot. Like if somebody wanted to make a something out of T-slot, we have literally miles of it. This area is mainly the Craigslist row, stuff that the cost of shipping makes it not worth doing. So like these cabinets, you know, they're not very expensive cabinets and people like them. It just wouldn't be worth it to ship it. So we try to sell that kind of stuff on Craigslist. This kind of is a sort of a junkyard of stuff, but like these are huge glass whiteboards that nobody's gotten around to because they're a pain in the ass to deal with and they got more hipper things to do first, so it kind of gets stuck on the side. So this is our second air-conditioned storage area. We have quite a few. This room has just got sort of some of the nicer stuff. We do lots of monitors. We get tons of monitors in from places. We have power strips. I probably have 1,000 power strips here. They're just not worth trying to resell. There's a few appliances over here. We've gotten a lot of times when they're gonna knock down an apartment complex or something, they call us and we give them something for whatever we can get out of there. I mean, we have so much crap and we just don't have enough people to get it listed. This area over here is stuff from companies that want to get recycled, and then we have to go through all this stuff. So we end up with lots and lots of circuit boards. You know, these circuit boards are actually pretty valuable with the price of gold going up. You know, some boards have a lot more gold on them. This has got a lot of copper. Trying to see if one of them we can look. So under here, I don't know if you can see it, but that's just copper, which is not as cool as gold, but a lot of the boards end up having a ton of gold on them. This person that works at this station, all they do is take apart electronic stuff. So they're taking these boards out. And I think right now I have maybe 20 gaylords of these boards that hopefully it's around 100K worth of circuit boards, but we won't know until we get an assay on them. So if you want to hear the story of how I started doing this, back in the early to mid 90s, I started selling Oaxacan folk art and other folk art from Mexico. Somebody told me, hey, you ought to sell this stuff on eBay. So I didn't even know what eBay was, I don't think, but I hired a guy and we started selling that stuff on eBay, and it would get 4 times what we were selling it for in the store. You know, after maybe a year or so of my sales started crashing. At that point, I thought I just need to find something different to sell. So I started going to garage sales, and I would look for things that were, you know, stainless or stuff made in Germany, something that was unique, and I didn't really care what it was. It didn't really matter. I mean, I'd buy guitars, I'd buy whatever I could find, and you know, eBay was the avenue to sell it. You know, there was a customer for basically everything you had. We continued to do pretty well on there. We're just having, you know, in the last few years with eBay's extra costs, eBay charging you a percentage of the shipping cost, has just made it less profitable for a lot of businesses. You can still make money on eBay, it's just a lot harder. Now we're pulling back into the shop. All right, well, hopefully I didn't miss too much stuff.
No, that's way.
So this is the back, I guess we'd say this is the back 7.5 acres or so. There's like 40 semi-trailers on the property here that are all full of stuff. And we know what's in most of it, but some of it we don't even know what the hell's in it. Here's some cantilever parts. We did a job putting up some cantilever rack and we had extra parts. Did save all this unistrut working on a project for a solar panel farm, and we're going to try to erect a place to put them with the unistrut. Well, that was the tour. 90,000 square feet of junk. Almost everything is for sale. If you guys want to come out, walk around, see what we got, you can look at anything you possibly could want.